Hello, I'm David Frazier, the founder, president, and chief market strategist of Frazier, Brown and Mayer, LLC, the provider of InvestorsMonitor.com. In this second video regarding our internet website, I'll briefly discuss a few other items that are presented on the front page of our site and how you can benefit from visiting our site on a regular basis. Okay, near the top of the front page of our website, you'll see a scrolling ticker bar, and that scrolling ticker bar shows the change at any moment on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500 index, small cap Russell 2000 index, and you're probably thinking, well, I can get that information anywhere. Well, it's true that if you turn on broadcast financial shows during any day the U.S. markets are open for trading, of course you can get that information. You can also get changes on the major stock market indices for the United States on various, or numerous, I should say, internet websites. But what makes our scrolling ticker bar a little different is if you look here in the About Us item and move your mouse down to scroll bar ticker description, you'll see that in addition to providing the change on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500 index, small cap stocks as measured by the Russell 2000 index, we also show the change on the Dow transports, as well as the change in gold and silver prices in the Commodity Research Bureau's CRB spot index, as well as on a few other commodities, platinum, palladium, copper, steel. We also provide the change in crude oil prices and the change in long-term bonds. And that's important because, many oftentimes people will say, what's going on in the markets? And they'll tell you the change on the Dow Industrials. Well, that's not the market. That's just 30 stocks. So you can get a good idea of what's going on in the overall markets by paying attention to the scrolling ticker bar at the top of our site. Next, our buy-sell index. This index is derived from the readings on our proprietary tactical asset and sector allocation model, which has historically forecast very accurately since 1969 major turning points in the U.S. stock market. Now, I don't mean on a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis has it given accurate forecast of when stocks are peaking during any given day or week or month. No, I'm talking about major turning points in the market. And for example, if you were to click on this chart, you'll get a shorter time period that'll show when that model gave a buy or sell signal since January 2000. And what I mean by buy or sell signal, a buy signal would mean that the model was essentially indicating that one should get primarily out of stocks because the model was indicating that stock prices in general would fall sharply during the ensuing months, and when to get into stocks because the model was indicating that stocks had likely bottomed and would move substantially higher during the ensuing months. And for example, here's a sell signal back in January of 2000, only a few months before U.S. stock prices peaked and fell sharply. A buy signal in October of 2002, the same month that the U.S. stock prices in general, as measured by the major stock market indices, bottomed. A sell signal in September of 2007, only 3 weeks before U.S. stock prices peaked. And you can go through this chart on your own, but you'll see that our buy-sell index has been overall very accurate in forecasting major turning points in the U.S. stock market index, in the U.S. stock market. Lastly, if you'll scroll down to our Investors Monitor 20 table, you'll see if you subscribe to our site for only $10 a month, if you click on any of these symbols, you'll get a description similar to this one for Mimecast, describing basically what the company does, as well as a chart of its stock. And one other comment regarding our Investors Monitor 20 index. This is a weekly, equally weighted index of the 20 stocks that compose the index. Half of the stocks that compose that index are up more than 50% since the inception of this index during December 2016 through April of 2019. 4 of those components have doubled in price over that same time period, and 1 component is up more than 800% during that time period. I'm saying through April 2019 because that's the last month that we had updated this table and the chart since as of the recording of this video. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. I hope you got something out of this video. In our next video, I'll provide you with some information on the economic monitor pages of our site. Thanks again.